Happy New Year! The Count. Hello everyone, bonsoir à tout le monde, j'espère que ça va bien. Bonne année! Happy New Year! Let's make it, let's make it a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Alors, bonsoir tout le monde, hein? J'en perds là, des dents, là, tellement que je suis excité d'être reviendu là, en 2023. Hein? Ben oui, it's 2023, tabarnak. Non, mais tu moi, je pensais même pas là, que je me rendrais à 2000. Tu sais, bon. Ah, yeah. Coffee to make sure that I won't fall asleep and you won't. So good to have you back. We've been on a break for 2 weeks. Yeah, so j'ai arrêté pendant 2 semaines, un petit congé de 2 semaines. Là. J'espère que vous n'êtes pas trop ennuyés, vous n'êtes pas trop touchés en pensant à moi. So I hope you guys were able to control yourself, waiting for the vintage kids to come back. So we're back. What else? What is new in 2023? Yeah, that's about it. Well, we've been in 2023 for 10 days. So, still no nuclear war. I haven't got COVID yet again. But hey, we're here to talk about 2022. When I was a kid, quand j'étais jeune, j'ai écouté 2001 Odyssée de l'espace. Hein? When I was a kid, I've watched 2001 A Space Odyssey. And I remember saying, wow, is it really going to be like that in 2001? Well, not really. The World Trade Center blew up and we went to war and stuff. So it was not really the thing that we expected. And then, après ça, I've also watched, j'ai aussi écouté 2010. Hein? C'est 2010 qu'ils ont fait la suite là, de 2001, 2010. And I've watched 2010 and I said to myself, is it really going to be like that in 2010? I was fucking wrong again. And then in the 1980s, I've watched Back to the Future. J'ai écouté Retour vers le futurement. Et qu'est-ce qui se passait dans Retour vers le futur? Eh bien, ils allaient dans le futur en 2015. Mais tu sais, puis là, je me suis dit, wow, en 2015, les chars vont voler. Là. Parce que moi, ce que je vois au cinéma, là, je crois à ça. Hein? C'est comme mon Fox News à moi, là, le cinéma. T'sais. Si ça le dit, là, ça doit être fucking vrai. So, when I was a kid, I was really hoping and expecting that what we were actually seeing in the movies would actually occur in real life. So, can you imagine when I've watched Alien? I freaked out. No, I totally did not think that everything would happen. But hey, we never know what might happen. Let me just put this aside. Greg Marshall, it's the first time of 2023 that I said that wonderful name. So, again, thank you for joining me. So if the people that are actually watching or not watching hope that I'll stop doing this, well, dream on. I still enjoy doing this. The reason I took 2 weeks off, the first week, well, it was Christmas. And the second week, I was pretty sick. My girlfriend was also pretty sick. So I took another week off. So I said to myself, hey, everyone's on vacation. Let's everyone enjoy life and make sure that you guys are enjoying life without me. You don't really need me to be happy in life. I don't think so. I know that I need Kirk, but that's another old story. But hey, as you guys know, I'm riding my Tauntaun and waiting for Kirk to come back. Donc, qu'est-ce que je disais là? J'étais tout mélangé. Ah oui, ok. Donc, also, what happened? It was a pretty rough um, holidays for us. Thank you for the Happy New Year. Let me check. Ian Bennett. I hope you're doing great, my friend. Uh, yeah, so it was a pretty rough holiday for us, and I don't want to go into this bad luck that happened to us, but my girlfriend got really sick with a respiratory virus. It was not COVID, but it was really rough. And I got it too, but my girlfriend was really, really sick for like 2 weeks. And believe it or not, but on the 24th, just prior to the, people to come and eat with us, my mother, my daughter, and for the 24th, Christmas Eve, my dog hurt herself while she was playing in the snow. She was actually running in the backyard, and she actually hurt. You have a daughter? Yes, yes, I do. Yeah, James. Yeah, I do have one. Her name is Kim, and I tried to sell her on eBay several times, but didn't work. So I'm still a dad. Um, yeah, she's 15. She'll be 16 in April. Yeah, I mean that's crazy, eh? Um, so yeah, I have a daughter, and she's okay. She's with her mom most of the time. Um, the market is down on kids. Aren't they all the time? Aren't they always? I mean, when is the last time you actually went on eBay and wrote down Mexican kid that doesn't know the value of money? Those are the ones that are actually over here in Quebec that actually, I mean, you could look it up. That's a terrible story, man. That's something that happened in 2022. And it's funny because now we're talking about it and it make me think about it. Can you imagine? There's actually a guy that lives here that got his field. And what we do over here in Quebec, and it's probably something that you also do, guys, in the U.S. and elsewhere in the world, we actually hire Mexican people to come and work in our fields, and we pay them, and they manage to work for several months, and they go back to Mexico, and they live their year with all the money that they make, and it's great. I encourage this all the way. But can you believe that there's actually a guy that decided to pay them very, very low fees, not fees, but what's the term? Money per hour, and they were actually like living in very bad condition on the site of this guy that was hiring Mexican people, and it made the news, and it's terrible. I mean, I just can't believe that still in 2022 there's actually, sorry, fucking losers that wages, yeah. They actually use people. I mean, these people aren't slaves. I mean, they're people. Hire them to help them, not to. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into this. I'm gonna freak out. Um, yeah. So, can you imagine that happened over here this last summer over here in Quebec? In 2022, I just want to go there and grab the fucker and no, I wouldn't do that. I would go with my stormtrooper suit then. Miss him, probably. Um, kids don't get much anymore. I had four, can't sell one of them. Yeah, well, perhaps you could actually try to sell them together. Package deal. Anyway, donc, ce que je racontais en anglais, yeah, it happens everywhere, unfortunately. You're totally right. And it's incredible that these things really happen. That for me, that's crazy. Anyway, um, yeah. So I was talking about my dog, my other daughter, um, and she hurt herself on the 24th, and sadly, I don't know what happened exactly. She was 9 years old. She was already having trouble walking, taking walks and stuff, but she was okay. Elle était correcte, mais bon. Um, and sadly, she hurt her leg, and I was outside with her. I was shoveling snow because over here, I mean, we shovel snow every day. Um, just I wasn't seeing the comments. Oh, did I miss a few of Joe Ferraro? Good to see you, my friend. Um, I'm actually seeing the comments on Yoda's workshop. I know that there's like 11 people right now watching it. Uh, Once again, we're live on Facebook, Yoda's workshop page group, and we're also live on YouTube on the Yoda's workshop um, YouTube page, and we are live on my personal page. Okay, so yeah, good to see you, man. Uh, yeah, so what happened to my dog is that, yeah, she got hurt. We spent the 24th with family. She wasn't, and the thing is, her leg was like not responding anymore at all. And she wasn't really hurting because she was okay. She spent the night and the evening with us. She was not crying. She was just unable to get up. Anyway, so we spent the night with her, and nothing really changed during all that time. And on the 25th, we had no choice. So we put her asleep to sleep. So it was really really rough. Um, so that was our Christmas gift. So I go, fuck you, Santa. So yeah, it's part of life, and we knew that it would come soon because, like I said, she was having already problems with her legs since about a year. Um, I even constructed her a ramp for her to be more for her to it would be more easy for her to go up the stairs so she wouldn't have to use the stairs. I had like a handicap ramp that I built for her. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what happened for us on Christmas. So that's also another reason why I've been out of your site for 2 weeks. But hey, everything's okay. Everything's not gonna say back to normal, but I'm not sick anymore. My girlfriend's not sick anymore. She started to go back to work. Everyone in my family's okay. That's what's important. Okay, so I hope you guys had a great Christmas time, holidays, and you were able to see families, friends, maybe kids that you sold on eBay back in the days. And James, if you're still here, I mean, I tried to sell mine, and she speaks French and English and a little bit of Spanish, and no one took her, man. I just don't get it. And she looks good. She looks way better than me. I mean, no beard and stuff. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys are friends with me, you check out on Facebook. On my Facebook page, I think I have pictures of me and her um, on my profile thing. Uh, okay, so uh, what I wanted to do this week, well, I wanted to talk about what we were able to enjoy in 2022. Yeah. The funny thing is, with COVID, depuis qu'il y a eu la COVID, on dirait qu'on est encore comme pogné en 2019. I don't know if for you guys, but it still feels like we're in 2019. it's like if we were stripped out of 2 years of our lives. C'est comme si on nous avait enlevé 2 ans de notre vie, puis comme it feels like time stands still. It's like, um, but hey, c'est Nicolas Robidoux, mesdames et messieurs. My friend Nicolas Robidoux in the English, but of course, but we call him Billy, and I'm gonna have to tell this. Why we call him Billy, I don't know if there are still people calling him Billy, but it lasted very long. Alors, pourquoi on appelle Nicolas Robidoux Billy? Hein? Ben, c'est parce qu'au secondaire, when I went to high school with this guy, a fantastic human being, and we were our first year. Yeah, I think it was on our first year, on the day of the school picture thing. Billy showed up with his hair. Well, he's a blonde guy, so his hair was like spiked, and it was the first time we ever saw him like this, and he actually looked like Billy Idol. So from that day, I called him Billy, and that's in 1986. So I've been calling him Billy for a while. Anyway, that's another long story. C'est cool, tu sois là, man. Good to see you. Hey, il faut qu'on fasse notre affaire avec Eric là, puis Tania, là, parce que là tu sais, des échanges de couple, là, ça s'organise pas tout seul, hein. Faut faire ça, là. Faut travailler fort, tu sais, là. Bon, j'espère que tes enfants écoutent pas. On va prendre une petite gorgée. Ouais, ben, Chris de bonne mémoire, ouais. Ce petit cerveau de marde. Faudrait que je me donne 3-4 coups, je sais pas, là, de quelque chose, là, peut-être de Batmobile. I'm gonna hit myself with that Batmobile. For free! Anyway. Donc, ouais, man, faut qu'on fasse de quoi? C'est un souper. Hey, il y a du hockey, là. Faut s'organiser une petite soirée de hockey, regarder le Canadien. Là, on va mettre de l'argent. Combien de buts le Canadien va donner? 8? 6? 9? On sait pas. A treasure hunt. Yo, Joe, man. Yeah, well, I'm in my office right now, and trust me, there's a lot. Let me just show you, guys. Now I just realized that I haven't talked about what I'm supposed to talk about so far. So that's my office. I'm not gonna show you everything, but just to give you an idea, that's actually my office, and yeah, and all my boxes are on the back. One day, I'll make a special tour of this place. Yeah, for the Batmobile, man. It's a great one. It's the one that from the Adam West. Looks great. I have several of these. You want one? Gonna send you one for free, man. Just let me know. Okay, so what was I talking about? Don't hurt the Batmobile. I'll do my best. Because I have on dit, we say in French, une tête dure for stubborn people. We don't say, you're stubborn, because people wouldn't understand. In French, we say, t'as une fucking tête dure, man. You have a hard head. Like, you cannot change people's mind or whatever. And yeah, I have a tête dure on several things, but I'm always open to listen, depending on the subject. Oh, man, if you love the Batmobiles, I'm going to send you pictures of... I have several of these different ones. They look amazing, man. I've got gold ones. Anyway, I'm not here to sell stuff. This is the vintage, kids. I'll talk to you about it after the show. As I always said, I'm never going to use the vintage kid to sell stuff. But keep in mind that we have our brand new t-shirt of Yoda's Workshop available for you. I also have pens. Ooh. Sadly, our dildo orders got lost coming in from Japan. So, yeah, for the ladies. Of course, I didn't do that. Come on. Okay. So, back to our show. I've been saying stupid stuff for the last 22 minutes, so perhaps we should talk about last year. So I've actually put some things on a pad. Product placement, exactly. This vintage kit is brought to you by Le Zoo de Grimby. Yeah, see? Look how Rick Carson looks so mad about not receiving all the information and make the tally for the MMC last week. I'm mad. Okay. So, what I wanted to do, ce que je voulais faire, c'est parler de 2022, hein? Et un petit peu du geek side of it. Kind of the geeky side of it. And of course, uh, I'm not going to talk about what happened in the world. I'm not going to talk about the Russian. I'm not going to talk about the politics and stuff. I want to talk about entertainment stuff that we were able to have, we were able to see, des affaires qu'on a eu la chance de voir. Not only Star Wars, because this year was great stuff for Star Wars, but there were tons of great shows, great movies. Some were not so great. Uh, I don't necessarily want to say, "Oh, that was amazing," and you know what happened in Episode 3. No, I was just gonna. I want to make it like an overview, and I want to have your opinion also, because I'm gonna talk about several things. But if you guys saw stuff and you say you have to watch this, you really have to watch this movie or that show or whatever, go ahead and write it down in the comments. So, of course, let's talk about Star Wars first. On va parler de Star Wars en premier. Si vous avez des suggestions par rapport à ce que vous avez vu puis que je ne vais pas parler, gênez-vous pas puis marquez-les dans les commentaires. Of course, this year was the Kenobi year. And by the way, I haven't watched every date release on what I'm going to talk about. I'm going just up my head. So if I'm wrong about some of the stuff, just say, hey, Phil, that was like in 2016. I was, oh. Fait que ça se peut, je me trompe dans les dates, OK? Mais je pense bien que c'est tout sorti en 2022. Donc, évidemment, il y a eu la Kenobi. Et Kenobi, autant que j'ai trouvé ça merveilleux, parce que c'est comme, enfin, on avait comme une suite à épisode 3. Ben, à quelque part, épisode 4, c'est la suite, là. Même si c'est Rogue One. Ça commence à être compliqué. I was happy to go back to this world in between episode 3 and 4. Oh, you see, Severance. That one I don't know. So, great stuff. If you haven't seen Kenobi, go ahead, go check it out. I've talked about it on the Vintage Kids a lot. I was disappointed in the use again of the volume, and several of the CGs weren't very good. Just one shot, I'm not going to spoil anything, but when Vader actually catch the ship there, I thought the CG was terrible. But hey. Also from Star Wars was Andor, and God, that show was amazing. First of all, it was not all filmed in the volume, and it showed. It really felt like they were really on a different planet. Donc, j'ai vraiment trouvé Andor très bon, très bien fait. But what was amazing about Andor is the fact that they brought Star Wars to a new level of cinématographie. Donc, c'était vraiment intéressant de voir où est-ce qu'ils ont amené Star Wars avec Andor. C'est plus juste let's say that for the first time, Star Wars weren't only for kids. Great show. Also, the Tales of the Jedi. That is actually something that they took from the comics. That is actually something that exists. That was there several years ago. I don't know what year it was, but donc Tales of the Jedi, ça vient directement des comics. C'était une série qui existait. Shorts, like very short things. Most of them were great. Um, love the fact they are actually explaining where Ahsoka was, because, as everyone knows, Ahsoka was not created back in the days, and was not created only by George, but by Dave Filoni. So it was interesting that they were giving more information on where she was during all those years. Donc c'est intéressant de voir un peu où est-ce que Ahsoka était dans tout ça. I just didn't really like the first episode where she actually like ride that kind of big monster thing. I thought it was like, eh, and it was on the first show, so I was like, are we gonna watch all these like fancy? I felt it was for kids. Eh. Anyway, mais for well, the first episode, the rest was okay. Donc j'ai eu un petit peu peur au premier épisode, mais bon, c'était correct. J'ai trouvé ça intéressant. Euh, Là, évidemment, au niveau de Star Wars, there's other stuff that we can talk about, but uh, of course, I want to talk about the toys that came out, and that's a subject that perhaps I've talked about it in the past. J'en ai parlé avant, mais c'est un sujet, je pense, qui va revenir assez souvent. The prices, the prices are crazy nowadays. Uh, there's going to be another raise of the prices over here in Canada, and I've talked about it before, but that's something that 2022, uh, I'm afraid that they are actually killing the market. And I'm not going to explain it all the way through, but just to give you an idea, like I've already told before, nowadays, if you want to purchase a Black Series figure, I don't have one. Yeah, I have one right here. So just to give you an idea, if you want to purchase a Black Series Star Wars figures over here in Canada, and I'm not talking about the rare ones that are hard to find. I'm talking about the regular Walmart stuff. Uh, remove windows from packages. I've stopped buying Black Series and used to buy a lot. Yeah, you're told. Yeah, that's. I've also stopped buying Black Series unless they are on sale, like great sales, or I purchase some from my friends, from you guys in the U.S., from other friends that I have over here. Uh, so yeah, so like I'm just gonna go check. It's Ian. Ian just told me that he just wrote down over here in Canada. If you want to purchase a new Black Series, it's $50. It's $50. $50. C'est rendu 50 pièces pour acheter une figurine neuve de Star Wars chez Walmart ou bien chez eBay Games or whatever. I know that you guys in the US, the prices are probably not that high, but over here it's $50. I mean, $50. So I totally, yeah, $10 getting a US. That's about well, it's around for a Canadian dollar. It's around 75 cents US. So it's 25%. So take $50 and take out 25%. So somewhere the new Black Series Fed is 40. Yeah, but it's 40. But keep in mind that you have to add taxes. So over here, oh, I mean, Greg, if you were saying $40 US, can you imagine how high this is in Canada? $40 US is at least $60 Canadian, and that's without taxes. And we're paying 15% taxes over here in Quebec. Donc, les prix sont rendus complètement malades. And like I said, that's for Black Series. Uh, Vintage collection are also getting pricier. They are right now, I think they're selling for 23 bucks plus tax. And someone, one of my friend that actually get me some directly from Hasbro, told me that they are announcing a race. They're gonna jack up the price. So are they killing the market? I mean, who's going to pay 50 bucks for a action figure? At 30 bucks it was like, whew, okay, it's still worth it because they look amazing, but at 50 bucks, Jesus, man. And don't blame what's going on around the world, and don't blame COVID for that race shit. uh, Inflation, everything's going up. I totally understand that, but I mean, it really feels like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep on buying stuff. Let's raise it again, and like stupid collectors, I'm gonna put my hand in your pocket more and more. Anyway, they will all become peg warmers, and it's sad. Personally, I think it's sad. It's not worth the price increase. Yeah, you're totally right. There are companies that can demand on our, and you're totally right. I mean, Hasbro is not, they're fucking billionaires. Um, I mean, put your price a little lower and sell more, and you're gonna make more money. Um, Instead of putting them at a very high price, and like you said, they're gonna end up being peg warmers, and they're gonna lose their money, and eventually they'll have to come up with something new. But that's probably what's going to happen. Like perhaps like Black Series will stop, or they're gonna create like a lower quality figure or whatever. Anyway, and it's sad because it's basically only on figures, because you want to purchase something else, the prices are okay. They're still like okay. I mean, les prix des autres items sont quand même pas pires. Les sets de Lego, mais ça a toujours été cher. Lego sets were always way too pricey, at least over here in Quebec. Need to offer tons of accessories to pay. Yeah, and I mean, anyway, we'll see what's going to happen. But sadly, I'm really afraid of had a 30% increase. Jesus, see that I didn't know. Wow, that I didn't know, James. You just see that. I mean, I don't know if you guys. We're not all doctors, okay? We're not all rich, and we're not all making millions of dollars. We're not actors. We're not dentists. We're not. There's a few of us that might be. Our friend Robin Broca is a doctor. I'm pretty sure she's okay, making enough money. I have friends that works in big business, and they make a lot of money. But most of us, the majority of us, la majorité de nous autres, on fait pas plein d'argent. We're not rich. On fait pas des millions de dollars. Was the ranker last year? That was embarrassing. Oh, you were talking about the like they did for the Razor Crest. What's it called? What's the name of this? Aslab. Aslab. Ashlab. Yeah, the record didn't work, and they also tried to make it with the lightsaber of Reba, Aslab. I would write it like more like a. I prefer this one. You guys see this? Yeah. Again, I mean, something like the Razor Crest was amazing. What they did also with the Jabba sales barge, amazing. Worth the money. And you guys actual and you know that you're purchasing something that is not going to come back, that is rare, it's a collector's item. But I mean, Lando Calrissian wearing a different color of cape colors, peg warmer. Anyway, take a minute of that. Okay. Uh, okay, let's continue on 2022. So, again, toys. There were great toys that came out. I mean, they did a good job with the robot. What's the name of the robot from Obi-Wan? Lola, Lola. Um, Audrey, my girlfriend, actually got one in the Christmas Secret Santa. So anyway, so okay, let's talk about other things that came out during 2022 that I thought was great or not so good. Stranger Things, season 4. I thought it was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that show. The reason why is because the chemistry with the actors is amazing. You actually can see them grow up all together. You believe in their friendship because the friendship is real. Um, and I love where they're going. Uh, so and it still feel 80s 90s, so it brings me back to my childhood. Well, not my childhood, basic, yeah, childhood. 80s was my childhood. Donc, Stranger Things, la dernière saison, j'ai trippé. J'ai hâte de voir qu'est-ce qu'ils vont faire avec la saison 5. I can't wait to see season 5. Something also that came out, Miss Marvel. I've talked about it before. Il y a Miss Marvel qui est sorti. I totally understand the necessity, not necessity, but the fact that they are actually making not only white people superheroes and stuff, and I have no problem with that. And Miss Marvel is amazing, great character. Uh, Also, I love the fact that it was actually more uh, aiming at younger adults, and that was good. Uh, the thing that I thought was like, "Ah, okay, okay, I understand." They were trying, not trying, but they were showing us a lot of cultural stuff, like on the episode of the wedding. More than half of the show was the wedding, and then at the end there was the action. So I totally understand they want to show us diversity and stuff and other culture. I'm not against it at all, but you have to like. I remember watching that show, that episode, and saying, "Okay, are we done dancing? Are we going out of that wedding?" It's not because it's boring. It's not because I'm not interested. It's because isn't that supposed to be like a superhero movies? What's going on? What's going to happen? So les longueurs, when you're watching something and you say, okay, okay, let's move on. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's move on. So I'm using that show. It's not against any culture, any stuff. It could have been on any other subject, but I thought that this show there was like some of the moments like they were a bit too long. Personal opinion. Anyway, something else that came out: She-Hulk. Really funny. Love the fact that Tim Roth was back. Love this actor. Love him. Um, if you haven't seen Tim Roth played in movies, go check it out. Go check all the movies that he made. And I can tell you that there's a good chance on if you haven't seen any of his show or movies, just pick one and look at his performance. He's great. Donc, Tim Roth, pour moi, c'est un acteur incroyable. Fait que j'étais vraiment content de le voir dans She-Hulk. Again, She-Hulk, love the comic side of it. It was pretty fun. Also, Wednesday, I've talked about it a few weeks ago. Great show. Can't wait to see what they're going to do with season two. It was pretty good. House of Dragon. We someone wrote it down earlier. I've only watched a few episodes. I'm really late. Um, I've watched a few episodes when we were on vacation, and I haven't watched the rest of the series yet, but I'm on it. Um, and so far, I thought it was pretty amazing. There were also Lord of the Rings. What's the name of the series? The Ring of. Eh. So I've also watched two or three episodes, so I'm also late on that show. But so far, I thought it was great. Uh, there were also what's that? Oh yeah, one show that I really love to watch is Emily in Paris. You say what, Phil? Yeah, I love Emily in Paris. The third season just came out. It's pretty cool. Rings of Power. Yeah, I think that's it, man. I had cock ring in my head. That's probably not. I'm not gonna say it because that's probably not the right title. The cock ring of fire of power. Can you imagine? Like, now I have the sound of the ring of power, the ring of fire. What, Paris? Yeah, well, it's Emily in Paris, and uh, okay, I'm gonna tell you a little story, and it's funny because I, I don't necessarily talk about me and my personal life on the web or on the Vintage Kids because you guys are not here to see or learn about me. Did you cry during Emily in Paris or during the Ring of Fire? uh, did I cry in Emily in Paris? No, I did not cry. I don't think so. Let me tell you about the reason why I watched Emily in Paris. So, if you, by probably you guys don't know that, but I'm a big, huge, both. When you put it on, it really hurts. So I cried a little bit. The Ring of Fire, the cock ring of fire. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Um, okay, I'm a huge, huge, huge Genesis and Phil Collins fan. Uh, I'm not going to tell you the whole story of it, but I was lucky enough to meet him once. I have friends that know him. New T-shirt. New T-shirt of what? Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, we're talking about 2022, so it was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Um, so I'm a big Phil Collins and Genesis fan. I've been listening to Genesis stuff since 1986. Uh, Prior to that, I was listening to movie music, so instrumental stuff. So when I've started to listen to Genesis progressive rock, it really hit something in me because, like I said, I used to listen to Star Wars, a lot of John Williams stuff when I was a kid. I was really young and I was listening to instrumental stuff. It really, first of all, it reminded me of the movies. So all John Williams, Indiana Jones, Superman, whatever. That was my primary music in my life as a little boy. We're talking till the age of 12, just to give you an idea. So in 1986, I was 12 years old, and I've learned and I started listening to Genesis and Phil Collins. And I said, "Why are you talking about this with Emily in Paris?" You'll understand. So I was lucky enough to meet a lot of people that are around Genesis and Phil Collins. I was lucky enough to talk with a lot of people with I've seen Genesis a few times as well as Phil. Yes, good, good. I mean, I'm gonna cry my fucking life out when this guy is going to be gone. But let's not go ahead of us. So anyway, so I was lucky enough to talk with a lot of people surrounding the band and surrounding Phil Collins and all over the world. And believe it or not, but I was friend with Phil's daughter, Lily Collins, back in the days before when before she did the Snow White movie. So she had a Facebook account as not an artist but a regular person, and I was lucky enough to talk with her. We were chatting back in the days. That's I don't remember what year it was, but so like I said, it's just before she did Snow White with what's her name? Pretty woman there, Julia Roberts. Anyway, so so I was lucky enough to have chat with Lily Collins back in the days. So when she started doing movies, she took her account, her personal account, out of Facebook, and now she's got only her artist account. So I don't talk with her anymore. But I've been following her career since the beginning, and I think she's great. She did great movies. She did some great stuff. And of course, Emily in Paris is a great show. And if you guys don't know what it is, if you are too old, like me, if you guys remember the show that was called Sex in the City. Sex and the City, not in the city. Sex and the City with what's her name? I forgot her name. Anyway, the actress that played in Sex and the City, the four girls, the friends, and they did several series. Their series. They made several seasons of it, and it was a great show. And Horseface, what? Common screen is bright red with white writing right now. New one on me. What? Wait. Did you do something bad? Old screen is red. What? My screen is red? Mine is too. What the hell? Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker. Horseface. Okay, I understand now. I don't know about the red thing you're talking about. That's funny. Let me see. My internet thing is still good. I don't know. Perhaps you have a warning. Is there a tornado coming your way? I don't know. Mine is red as well. What the? Well, on Yoda Workshop, it looks good. On StreamYard, it looks good. Perhaps on, I don't know, perhaps it's a YouTube problem or my personal account, Facebook page. I don't know. Looks great over here. That's weird. So yeah, yeah, it's the cockring of fire, man. It's the warning because I say bad words. Ooh, family show. So yeah, so I was lucky enough to be Facebook friend with Lily Collins back in the day. So I've been following everything that she makes, and I think she's a great actress, and love Emily in Paris. So it's literally the same people that made that created Sex and the City. So it's basically the same show, but in a different era, with new characters. Instead of being in New York, it's in Paris. So instead of Sarah Jessica Parker writing down a column in the journal, It's actually Lily Collins actually writing down stuff on social media, and she works for a publicity company. And she's in Paris and fall in love and blah blah blah. It's the regular stuff, just like it was in Sex and the City. So, love Emily in Paris. Okay, that was a little story there. There's also a few movies that came out. There was Thor: Love and Thunder. Donc il y a eu le film de Thor and l'amour du tonnerre, hein? Ben oui, avec Queen Amidala. It was good. I've enjoyed that show, and it's Taikiki Kwati Kaikiki, the director there, that came back and did a great job. I love. If you haven't seen it, just go check the animals that are like the reindeer that are actually uh, they've got to scream. They scream like fucking crazy. It's like just that scream made me laugh. Just for that, yeah, the goats, they're like space goats or something, and they've got that scream, and it's so funny. Donc c'est ça. Love and Thunder. I haven't seen Morbius. Morbius. A lot of people told me that it's terrible, so I'm gonna watch it. I just love it when people are telling me that's a terrible movie. Oh yeah, I absolutely want to see it even more. Um, yeah, Morbius. Not good reviews, but still a great actor. So the Joker comes back as a bat, kinda. That's fucking weird. Um, so I haven't seen it, but I want to watch it. There were also, of course, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther. I haven't seen it yet, but it's coming out on Disney Plus on February 1st. I'm gonna watch it on February 1st. There was the Batman, and I was really impressed with the Batman. I mean, it was good. For me, was very good. Maybe not as good as the Owen Nolan, Christopher Nolan movies, but I thought I was afraid about the actor, uh, the vampire guy. That's actually funny because the vampire guy ends up being Batman. So I did not like that casting, but I was surprised to see that he did a great job. So yeah, I really enjoy. I hope they're gonna make more of this Batman. Batman was pretty good. There was Light here, and I was not disappointed. J'étais pas déçu de Lightyear. J'ai compris là, la formule qu'ils ont faite. Ils se sont éloignés un peu de Toy Story, mais c'est correct. I'm a huge Toy Story fan. I've been since the beginning. Yeah, Samaritain with Sylvester Stallone. You're totally right. That I was surprised. That I've enjoyed it. Uh, it was interesting. It was new. It was fresh. Great idea. Different from the MCU, from DCU, like something out of, you know, I thought it was great. It's amazing to see how Stallone is still in shape. I mean, he's more in shape than I was when I was 10. Was surprised as well, something different. Yeah, it was really different. So I thought it was great. Great idea, great show. Uh, I saw tons of other stuff, but I just made a list of like the more not blockbuster, but more geeky stuff. There, I've seen so much movies lately and so much great Tulsa that I did not see. I want to watch Yellowstone. I want to start Yellowstone because there's actually going to be like a prequel with Harrison Ford, and that I want to see. And the reason why I say I want to see Yellowstone, it's because one of my favorite actor of all time is Kevin Costner. So we should, yeah, one day, we should do this perhaps next week or whatever. But uh, we're gonna have to talk about our favorite actors, and I'm not talking Star Wars stuff. Tulsa King story. No, I did not see. Watch the menu. I haven't seen the menu. I know what it is, but I haven't watched it yet. Um, if you have suggestions, go ahead because there's stuff that if you guys like, you saw something in movies or series, let me know because I always want to watch more. I spend part of my nights watching stuff, so I need more. Okay, so Lightyear was okay. Uh, One movie that I really enjoyed is actually the Adam Project. Go check that out. It's with Hulk. What's his name? The guy that play Hulk. The funny guy. And it's from with Deadpool, that Canadian guy that wants to buy the Senators, the Ottawa Senators. Uh, Rouge Sass has a gray show as well. Is it gray or rouge? Great show. Let me just see. Okay, sorry about that. Uh, okay, so I was saying Adam Project. Go check that movie out. It's great. It's a great movie that talks about time travel. Doc Brown is not in it, sadly. No DeLorean, but still great spaceship. Anyway, so uh, Adam Project. Go check it out. You won't be disappointed. I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised about the quality of that movie. Uh, uh, of course, there were Doctor Strange from the MCU. Same thing. I was surprised with Doctor Strange. Uh, it really feels like they are heading somewhere else. It really feels like we are heading somewhere out of this world, literally. Uh, the first movies that they did for the MCU were all in most of them on Earth. You could actually recognize where people were in New York and whatever. Uh, but as more as we're going ahead in the MCU, we're going everywhere. What If was amazing also. Um, with all the different universe, all the planets, it's starting to be more like even like Star Wars. The quality of the CG is amazing for most of the shows that they are doing in the movies. I was really surprised with Doctor Strange. I don't know. I wasn't expecting much, and the fact that um, what's her name, Wanda was in it. Also, it brought something to put the movie on a different level. We've just watched WandaVision and then she's back, and it's like, it was interesting. Anyway, okay. Doctor Strange, and of course, Avatar, si. Hey, ils ont fait Avatar le deux, 20 ans plus tard. They did a second Avatar. Yeah, the multiverse. Can do tons of recast. Yeah, and it's okay, but are they gonna lose people on with this? I don't know. We're already I've talked about it in the past, but now if you want to see Doctor Strange or you want to see a MCU movie or even an MCU series, you have to watch 28 movies and 5 different shows to understand what's going on. So with the multiverse stuff, are they going to lose people? I don't know. But yeah, like you're saying, it's a good idea for recast. It's a great idea for bringing other contents that might not work, but they can try and see if there's an interest and go with it, like they did for um, they did Shang-Chi. I've watched Shang-Chi last week, and I loved it. I loved it. Right? It was cool. It was great. Also, yeah, I was talking about Avatar. So Avatar came out, the second one, and for me, the first one, eh, I didn't really enjoyed it. I thought it looked great. It was good, but not wow good. So what I did last week, I rewatched Avatar 1 because now I want to see the second one. But I don't know. We'll see. Loki was great. Was Loki in 2022 or 2021? I know that the second season is coming out. I've really enjoyed Loki. Loki is a great character. When you talk about a character that is really well played and well written and well developed, Loki is a great character. Um, did I forget? Yeah. So that's about my notes. And oh yeah, the movie Prey. Oh yeah, there's two other things I want to talk about. The movie Prey. If you haven't watched it, it's the new one with Predator. It's really good. It's really good. We're back to basic. So no more incredible craziness with Predator. More like basic stuff, and I love that show. Avatar still sucks. Yeah, I've watched it again and it still sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I've got a friend. Well, my best friend doesn't like to watch movie twice, but I always watch movie twice because the first time you're enjoying it, and for me, I watch it. I try to understand the best I can. I enjoy the movie, and the second time, uh, I have to spend more time analyzing it. Analyzing it. Je passe plus de temps à l'analyser et je vois beaucoup plus d'affaires. And I see a lot of more stuff. I understand more. I enjoy watching a movie so for a second time. And yeah, Avatar still sucks. Well, for me, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that it's the worst movie of all time, and people might just be crazy about Avatar. I totally understand. People doesn't like Star Wars. People doesn't love other stuff. I respect that. I always talking about the way I feel about it. So it's not a bad movie. It doesn't suck like crazy boring movie. I love the universe. I love what, but it's not like oh my god, it's amazing, and I want to see a second one. I want to see more a second Adam project that I wanted to see a Avatar second movie, just to give you an idea. Um, okay, so I also watched a movie that I don't know why I was expecting a lot more because probably there's some good actors in it. I've watched Moonfall on Prime Video, and Jesus, we're in 2022 and CGI seems to get worse. Don't waste your time watching it. I've watched the whole thing. Great actors. There's Sam from Game of Thrones in it, and I think he's the best actor in the whole movie. Um, I was disappointed. I love the story. The idea was great, but the CG, every shot made me feel like, oh my god. Uh, I was hoping to see some volume shots while I was watching it. I've been talking to you for an hour and 6 minutes. So yeah, that's about every things that I wrote it down on my notes. There's tons of other stuff that I've watched. There's uh, now you're convincing yourself about Avatar. I know. Um, I love James Cameron. I mean, Cameron is an amazing director. I mean, he did T2, he did Titanic, he did the Return of the Titanic. By the way, if you want to see something great, go check what he did, the documentary on the Titanic after the Titanic. He goes back with his team to the Titanic, and it's amazing. It's called The Memory of the Titanic or something like that. It's good. It's worth every shot. Um, I've got a piece of the Titanic, by the way. I'll show you guys one day. Well, it's not a piece of the Titanic, but it's a chunk of coil stuff that they put in the la fournaise là. Um, yeah, I mean the way I feel it, la manière que je le sens, là, the way I feel it's like Cameron did Avatar and coal. Yeah, coal. Um, I have a piece of coal that was in the Titanic. Um, Cameron, the way I see it, the way I feel it, is like Avatar is his baby, is his creation. I totally understand, but uh, the thing is that he loves this project so much that even if it's not great, it's good. It's good. It's amazing what they're doing with it. Great effect, great universe, everything. But it feels like he wants to do Star Wars with it. He wants to create a universe like Star Wars with it, and and it's not as popular. But he still really wants us to believe that it's great. So he's trying to convince the whole world that Avatar is the new Star Wars, if you understand what I'm saying. And it's, for me, for a lot of people around the world, it's not. It's not. It's not Star Wars. You won't be able to create a new Star Wars. Yeah, two more avatars on its way, but I'm not sure because I know that they filmed the second and the third one all at the same time, and they shot a few scene for the fourth one. But if this thing is not making enough money, and if there, I wouldn't be surprised if there is no Avatar 4. We'll see. So, guys, that's it, man. We've talked about stuff that came out on 2022. I hope personally you had a great year. You had fun during this year because keep in mind, we only live once. On vit juste une fois. Time is precious. Friends, family, what you do with your life is precious because you only have one. And I've always said the greatest adventure in life, it's life itself because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Even if you prepare yourself or you make plans, you never know what tomorrow is going to bring you. Might be good, might be bad, might be okay, but that's the great adventure of life. So use it, enjoy it every day. Uh, don't take anything for granted. Don't take friends, loved ones, girlfriends for granted. What you have, your happiness, what you've built, take care of it, cherish it. It's really important. Life is great. I love life. I'll talk to you about more of my life eventually and what's going on with my life for the last few years. but life is great. Life is amazing. So enjoy it. So, as I always say, be good, be safe, be wild, be you. I'll be back next week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Perhaps this idea of our favorite actors is a good idea, or we never know. So, if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions, si vous avez des suggestions, si vous avez des questions, go ahead, write me something down on Yoda's workshop. Uh, I'm just going to say this very quickly. I've put like a sale on how bad Avatar is. Maybe we won't look forward to that. Yeah, maybe what we're looking for. That's a good idea for next week. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Might do this next week. Yes. Um, how bad the second Avatar is. Even the first one. It's not bad. It's just that it did not touch my personal thingies. Um, yeah. So, yeah, what I was saying. Well, I was talking about, yeah, on Yoda's workshop. Anyway, I'll make another video about it. But as usual, you can sell stuff on Yoda's workshop. You can post things on Yoda's workshop. The reason why this week most of you guys didn't receive necessarily an invitation is because I created this event on my personal page instead of on Yoda's workshop. So I was not able to send an invite to everyone as I do every week. Anyway, I'll fix that next week. So, guys, have a great week. Be safe. And again, thank you for being with me every week. And I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I do. And I'm not going to Cozumel, so I'll be here next week. I love you, Kurt. So take care. Have a great week. Be safe. Fait que faites attention à vous autres. On se revoit la semaine prochaine.